Hi, I'm Lucas Mack, and welcome to another episode of the Golden Rule Revolution, where inspiration and purpose come from treating people like people and nothing less. Today, I'm going to talk about something that may be a bit controversial. In fact, what I believe is the majority of the audience, which is you, listening to this message, the likelihood is you fall into a camp that I'm going to talk about. And I feel a bit uncomfortable even bringing it up. However, I feel like I'm supposed to bring it up. So here we go. Have you been hit in the name of love? Have you been hit in the name of love? We have an entire country, perhaps world, that had a generation, an entire generation, teach that in order to love children, they must be struck in the name of love. And this has brought so much confusion. There have been books, there have been debates. We use the term spank, switch, belt, hit, abuse, correction, love. All intertwined in some behavior of a person in position of power and authority over another human being who, being younger, weaker, gets struck because of an intention of supposedly showing love. This is absolutely 100% wrong. %100 wrong. There's a term that many Christians use to justify the action that they take when striking a child. And the term is spare the rod, spoil the child. And then I ask, where is that verse found? Those words. And they're not found in the text that they claim to be the foundation of their action. It says, if you love your child, you will chasten him or her. And the word chasten means to use words of correction, to speak, to take time, to slow down, bring one near, and dialogue, question, share, correct, but with words. Now, I know why this is controversial, why I qualified this leading into this message, is that a lot of us justify the actions that were done to us to somewhat validate our existence right now. Like I was hit. Yeah, that's how and I must be okay because I'm surviving in this world. I'm doing okay. And if I was hit and I'm doing okay, that behavior that was applied to me must be okay to apply to another. So we have the generational, some would say, curses being passed upon from parent to child, parent to child, parent to child, generation after generation of abuse. And we wonder why we don't understand the concept of love. Love is patient. Love is kind. Tell me a time one person gets struck with kindness. I'm being kind to you, therefore I hit you. I love you, therefore I strike you. I hit you in patience. I strike you in patience. Incompatible. Certainly incompatible. So, what do? We have a generation, there are 90 million millennials in our country right now, in the United States. There are 70 million baby boomers. 10,000 baby boomers are retiring every single day in the United States. It was the largest generation in American history prior to the millennial generation, which is now currently the largest generation in American history. The generation between the baby boomers and the millennials are the Gen Xers. 50 million of them are around. And they are somewhat of a bridge between the boomers and the millennials. And regardless of the generation that you and I are part of, each generation has made its own transgression in abusing the concept of love when applying correction to children. There's nothing more important to me than talking about this message, because every time you are struck or you strike in the name of love, all you do is perpetuate. You perpetuate more pain, more confusion, more hurt, more fear, more hiding, more sneaking to not be caught next time. It doesn't teach, okay, you're right, that's not the way to go. It teaches, how can I not get caught? And I want to tell you, those of you who have been hit in the supposed name of love, I am sorry. I am sorry that happened to you. I understand you, and I love you. It wasn't okay then. It's not okay now. Let me say that again. It wasn't okay then. And it's not okay now. You are a precious soul. However you were at the moment that an adult deemed it necessary to strike you, that was you exploring all possibilities of what life holds, good and bad. And I'm sorry that you weren't loved through it. Now, this might make a lot of you react listening to this. What I hope it does is make you reflect. It is never okay to strike a child. Can you imagine just striking animals? If an animal acts out in a way, let's take a cat. Some people I know strike dogs. Can you imagine striking cats? You don't like their behavior, you just strike it. You don't think that cat's going to run away or claw your face off? Yet we think it's okay to strike the most precious form of life on earth, children? Never, never, never. Love is without condition. And love's application allows truth to come forth. You see, humanity wants to indict the liar. And there are certainly those who love lying more than telling the truth. But I believe the majority of people who lie simply feel judged. And they feel judged because there's an absence of love. And where there's an absence of love, lying will continue. Hiding, shaming, blaming, or striving to validate, none of which produces healthy people, healthy hearts, healthy minds, and healthy souls. The whole purpose of this podcast is to treat people like people and nothing less. And whatever you would not want done unto you, do not do unto another. Whatever you would not want done unto you, then, as in now, do not do unto another. There is so much hurt in this world, so much pain, which is so unnecessary. It's unnecessary to have pain continue. However, it will continue as long as there's judgment. It will continue as long as people abuse and twist and manipulate the concept, the word, and action of love. And I say enough. Enough is enough. It was enough then. It is certainly enough now. Abuse is never appropriate. And I talked to someone a few months ago who said, I've never been abused, but I was bullied. And I said, that is abuse. What is abuse? It is asserting one's power over another in the form of threat, intimidation, or violence. That is abuse. And there are varying degrees of it. However, we don't address the issue of it now at the earliest stage. Allowed unchecked will go to the furthest extent. So every one of you who have been hit, I'm sorry. It wasn't love. It was not love. It wasn't loving. It wasn't love. And if you're struggling deep down, if there's any confusion, confusion is not of love. Confusion does not come from love. Love frees us. Love allows truth permission to come forth, resulting in personal freedom. Therefore, if you are confused, you are not free. You are not free because you have not experienced love. I don't judge you. This is not to judge anyone who's hitting. This is to simply say, enough. The means by which you desire an action to cease is invalid. The results will only be of true freedom when you apply and deliver and live truly loving ways, which means take the time to talk it through, to embrace, to bring close, to hold near, kindly, in a way that's good, without justification. You don't have to ever justify love. That's what this podcast is about today. It's just to say enough is enough. And if you've been struck in the name of love, there is healing possible for you. There is clarity waiting for you. So some tactical, practical steps that I encourage everyone to take. Regardless of whoever you feel you should have in your life, we are shoulding all over ourselves. I should. That's just guilt. Guilt applied in future tense. It's enough of this guilt and shaming and bondage. Be around people who love you unconditionally. Be around people who you feel no sense of judgment from. Be around people, no matter what your behavior, still say, I love you, period. Because when you're around those people, and sometimes you have to go to a training, a seminar, therapy, a group of people that you may not know, that might be the safest place for you. But when you're around those people and you're allowed, given permission to share everything that's within you, all the hurt, all the shame, all the pain that you've gone through, all the confusion, once you bring it forth out of your mouth, something amazing, truly amazing, almost indescribable takes place. And that's you experience freedom, emotional freedom, emotional freedom. You know, people that carry lies around and they finally get it off their chest and feel like, feel like 1,000 pounds is off my chest. Most of us don't even know the weight that we carry just because we carry it and we've been conditioned to carry it. But imagine how free you truly could be by being around people who love you unconditionally and you're sharing what's in you. And when it comes out, the freedom that you feel to be you, the beautiful you that you are made to be. And for those of you who, and I completely understand it, I do, I completely understand. Those of you who have validated you getting hit, which somehow made you a person who has gotten to where you are. And if you're a parent, you're continuing it, it's time to stop it. Immediate reward does not overtake long-term gain, long-term health, long-term joy. That immediate behavior might shift and adjust, but the heart never did. The heart never adjusted because it's still in there. Love people, talk to people, use words. Use words, share, listen, correct, yes. But take time to love one another. Never do that which you deem hateful unto yourself unto another, and always do what you would want another to do to you to another. This is the golden rule. It's not a religious narrative. It's a humanist narrative. It's a beautiful narrative. And it's the only narrative that will stop the cycle of generational curses, abuse, and confusion. Love one another and see the greatest social change that is possible when we do that. My name is Lucas Mack. I am so honored that you watch this, listen to this, participate in this podcast. Every podcast episode I put out, I believe, is missionally driven to make the greatest impact in this world, to make social change, to heal the hurting. Because hurt people will always continue to hurt people. Healed people, however, will always heal people. It's time for those of you who are hurting to get the healing you so desperately desire. And once you get that healing, to go out with me and heal another, heal people. Don't wait for someone else to do it. You get the healing and you go out and heal people, love people. And we heal people by loving people, which allows their truth to come forth, resulting in their freedom, which allows them to go love another. And the cycle is beautiful. The ripple effect continues on and on and on. So, my dear friends, thank you for listening. If you know someone else who should listen to this podcast, specifically this episode, which I'm sure will resonate and trigger quite a bit of folks, please share it. Share this podcast, download, subscribe. I would love it if you could rate it, comment, email me, message me, and let's do this together because I can't do it alone. I know I'm not doing it alone. But I love it when I hear from people that say, yeah, I'm with you. Let's go. Let's heal. Let's be golden rule revolutionaries in a world that so desperately desires love. I'm Lucas Mack. This has been the Golden Rule Revolution, where inspiration and purpose come from treating people like people and nothing less. I'll talk to you on the next episode.